Good afternoon guys and welcome back to the Everyday Golfer. Today we are testing two different golf balls here, a Srixon AD333, not the premium ball from Srixon, and the Kirkland Signature, which some could say competes with a premium ball as it is a three-piece urethane cover, but how's it going to help a mid-handicap golfer? So Srixon AD333, we know this is a two-piece ball, iron and cover, so we should see this launching higher, and for the pin that you can see there behind the bunker, this could be perfect for a mid-handicap Dave. So Dave has been using a Kirkland, so a three-piece ball, urethane cover. We know this competes with the Pro V1 you'll have seen on the channel last week. Numbers-wise, very similar, feel pretty similar, cost totally different. Obviously nearly £1 a ball for these, whereas we're looking at £4 for the Pro V1. An AD333 might be perfect for Dave. We know he needs to get a little bit more launch, and this is a prime example of a flag behind there. We need to carry it over the bunker and make sure it lands soft. So we'll start with that ball, Dave. I'll give you that ball.
Cheers, thank you.
So AD333 up first. Dave has been using these through the winter, but we all know when you get to the summer, how many of you buy Pro V1s, or even if you get them off eBay, just because you don't want to be that guy on the first tee who says, I'm using a Pinnacle Gold or an AD333. So Dave's going to go through his normal routine here. We know that this is a golf ball that Dave has used, has liked before.
Well, I got the height, Chris.
Certainly launched higher, not the best strike into the dreaded bunker. Right, in with the Kirkland. Should see this is going to launch a little bit lower. We saw in last week's video a nice penetrating flight. Great on links golf courses, great in the summer, but not if we need to get over something and land soft. Think about it, in the summer when the greens get firm, do you need a ball that's going to land a little bit softer, launch a little bit higher, help you lower your handicap? Straight away there, much lower. It's just avoided the bunker there.
I don't know how it missed the bunker, but it did, fair dues.
Pin high, but let's see how they react around the green. It'll be interesting to see how a two-piece ball iron and cover reacts on the green out of that bunker. So Dave, it looks like you've gone for your favourite club that you chipped in with last week. 56 degree, so in the bunker here again, we should start to see that it's still going to launch a little bit higher, so it is that cover that will launch it higher, and we're relying on landing angle. Too many mid-handicap golfers rely on spin because that's what we see on TV. You'd be better off thinking about, right, have I got a ball that lands it softly and I can rely on that as opposed to a little bit of check. Let's see Dave from the trail. That's nicely done. Nice and high straight away. Very easy to launch there.
Yeah, it was.
And a good distance, Dave. So was that easy enough to get out of there?
It's not a bad ball, if I'm honest, Chris. It's just...
We'll see. Frankie will be on it in the next couple of weeks, showing how, again, a two-handicap golfer doesn't always rely on spin. Yes, he might use some version of the Pro V1, but he's knowing his numbers, knowing where it lands, and he's thinking about, right, what landing angle do I need? What golf club does that need out of my bag to get the ball closer and lower my handicap? Right, so Dave, here, this is the Kirkland, so launch lower, just dodge the bunker, but what club are you thinking here?
Do you know what, Chris? I'm thinking that 56 again, because if I drop it somewhere between here and say there, so I'm giving myself sort of 2 or 3 yards to drop it in, it's still going to roll up and be somewhere near the pin.
Yeah, and
rather than my lob wedge, which I'd kind of have to drop
perfectly there. Yeah, so 56 out there, this is where we'll start to see it will launch a little bit lower. It's out of the rough as well, so that's going to have an effect obviously here, but it's picking the right club. A lot of people here are thinking, oh, I still might get some spin. Do you think, oh, well, if I do get a good strike, it might check up a little bit on me?
It's out of the rough. It's out of the rough, Chris. I don't get a great deal of spin at the best of times. This ball isn't spinning that much, so I ain't got a prayer to get it spin.
Yeah, and that's it, but a lot of golfers will get this ball, think it's going to spin, land it a little bit too far on there, and it'll run past, and you start to cost yourself shots for no reason. So, not bad from there, Dave. Left himself a 6-footer, 5-6 footer, so again, not a guaranteed up and down. It's a good shot out of the rough. But you see, it did launch low, even with plenty of loft on the club and out of the rough.
It's giving me a chance though, isn't it?
It has given you a chance. So we'll hold these out, see how the feel is off the putter, because again, these golf balls you want to be thinking when you're choosing one, it's all about the scoring shot. So it's about your mid irons, it's about your shorter irons, making sure we've got a good feel, as well as we're not sacrificing too much distance off the tee. I'm going to jump in the studio now, show you how these balls perform with the driver, how they compare, before we get out here and see how Dave finishes off. So as you see, Dave's hitting away now. This is with the AD 333 to see the numbers. We can see straight away from ball flight like we did on the golf course, it is launching a little bit higher. In regards to spin, we know with a mid iron, Dave last week was getting around about 6,000 with a Pro V1. We can see here it's a little bit less, so just under 6,000, so 5,800 to be precise, but he's getting more launch angle and a better landing angle, which is going to be potentially more beneficial to Dave for lowering his scores. We know we need a little bit of launch. We can get the golf ball with the correct cover to do that. Dave still feels comfortable with it, he likes the feel, so it could be a great ball for Dave.
You have to say that the alignment aid on the AD 3 is decent as well, Chris.
Yeah, big alignment on there, we'll show you that shortly. That's a great putt. Distance control, pretty good with that, Dave.
Yeah.
It's a different cover, nice and easy. And that's a nice, steady 4, which is not bad from where you were, Dave. You didn't lose any shots again. The tee shot just didn't quite carry far enough. That was more pilot error than ball. And here's an outside chance of getting up and down.
But going back to the alignment, you wouldn't say that the alignment on this were great, would you?
No, and we'll show you that shortly, but if you look here on the Kirkland, not really too thick, so obviously when that's rolling you might not see your ball performance, which is what gives us our feedback, and that's really what we need for the everyday golfer.
Did you order rain today, Chris?
I didn't order rain. I don't know where this has come from. I was thinking shorts today. Oh, it is
Robbed.
Great putt. But that's 2 4s, guys. So very interesting there with that golf ball. Obviously, we know that it is premium ball from them. It is a 3-piece urethane cover. Launches a little bit lower. Dave's going to show us now the AD 333's alignment aid. So let's have a look there. The comparison there, much easier to see.
Yeah, much better for feedback.
We're going to do more testing with the season. We're going to play some holes with these golf balls and see what Dave can shoot with both a premium golf ball and a 2-piece ionomer cover. It's not that it's not a premium golf ball, but it might do more things for Dave to get his handicap down, and we'll see him next week.
See you soon.